even with my bias, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Normally, at the 50% of this candle, because of the stop being so tight and the fact that no highs have been taken, I actually would have more than likely bought this. But coming off of these two little small losses out, I kind of run out of my little small loss budget. Definitely have a budget for taking, really tiny losses, but it ain't infinite. Okay, let's take a look at this. It just came below that low. So snatch those early order block people out. The 15-minute candle created an inside candle and they swiped that liquidity. This is definitely giving potential for some buy moves for sure. I want to buy here, guys.
Order filled.
No, this isn't part of the plan.
Order submitted.
But I want to buy here. Personally, it's not my favorite type of setup to go against my higher time frame, but there's just, intuitions that you kind of have about certain moves. I would love to get this stop to break even because it's New York Open. The market can easily at any point, be dropping 70 points in the direction I don't want it to. I'm not too worried about that just yet. So we'll move stop up because I don't think we're working off the 1 minute anymore. I think that we are pretty much safe above this. We have tapped into something much deeper. And I can go ahead and have they took this high? No, they have not took this high yet. At the very least, I expect for them to take this high. Like I said, I'm tired of them not taking any highs. Kind of waiting for some high to be taken, especially since they went for taking a low first. Okay. They're not going to take it, or are you going to take it? Okay, right now they're inside of a fair value gap, but it's still early, still 42 seconds. So gotta see if they'll reject from it aggressively or not. Currently, they have rejected from the middle, but like I said, it's still early in the candle. But I think I'm good here, and I just reduced my risk. I think my trade is worth it. It's only 8 points right now. Because if they continue to go up like I expect, I'm expecting for them to at least get right here. Can't wait till they close so I can put my stop to break even. 'Cause this is my strategy, honestly, guys. Is I keep my losses small, protect my trades. In the event that it
Order
don't go my
filled.
way, don't lose nothing. Now, this still could go up, but they haven't even took this high yet, so I don't know. I'm giving them space to do what they want to do right now. But I can't force the market if it's not going to make the move yet. That was nice. I think that is a good sign to
Order filled.
take an entry. I know I'm now higher than I originally was,
Order
but
submitted.
the more I see, the more I kind of know. And them filling that fair value gap but immediately recovering is a open high lows close type of situation. Now I have to deal with the fact that they're above this high, but I don't think that that's the target. Like I said, at least this one. And at the best, we go all the way up because we are in a order block from a higher time frame. Just know trading right at the open, guys, is definitely not the easiest. Just even the scalps that I'm getting right now, I mean, it's not bad. think I can move this stop to break even. The market should be pretty one directional if I'm right. If I'm right, this should keep going. Shouldn't even have to expose myself for much risk. 5 minute candle's about to close. This is a good close. How far will they pull back on me? Back into that Z fair value gap. We are above this high in a downtrend, so fall could come. But what I want to see is this high right here is the one that I said earlier is the one that's important. This is the reason why I was taking these buys in this fair value gap was for them to make this exact move that they're making now. Now the question is are they about to strong drop from here or can they keep going up? It's now open, so a lot of volatility can come into the market right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be smart and I'm going to take partials.
Order filled.
So I just paid myself a little bit. I know my original outlook is for them to sell, so it's like, oh, you're kind of going against the original outlook, but once again, things change in the market. So I'm totally fine with them changing. I'll be able to catch that sell if the sale happens, right? I'm not too worried about that. But I did pay myself for the work.
Order filled.
So that was my target. Y'all see this is exactly where I have them continuing to drop from. Like I said, they needed to reset something. All these lower highs, they eventually needed to make one that was higher before continuing with the trend. It's just how the trend works. It's how they manufacture liquidity. So once they made this one and this one, the run off of this external was only a matter of time. Now, how strong they're switching back, I would put something like this, and preferably if they're very strong, then you could probably sell it around that 6.870%. But I really prefer in these situations for them to come into. I'll show you exactly what I'm saying. I won't shortcut it. They break the low, I prefer for them to come back into a premium to then continue. But the low that they're aiming for, the draw is so close that may not happen like that. It may come down here and then we'll have to just wait for whatever the next 50% retracement is to then continue that trade. Let's take a peek at gold and then I gotta run. We've been on here for a decent amount of time. Haha, I love that little small losses budget. Oh, absolutely. Bro, you just there are some trades that are amazing and if you were scared to take a buy, let's say here with a stop right here, you wouldn't be in, this nice gold buy. Like not, but obviously not every time you want to buy this with a stop all the way down here, down here. You gotta have a small loss budget. Like, yo, I'm willing to take this trade with the trend. I see that it made a higher high, it pulled back. All right, I'm gonna buy it off of this, put the stop right here. If it hits, it's a small loss. If it goes well, you're just straight into profit. And then imagine how much you could scale into a trade with that small of a stop loss. And the better and better you get, the more in tune you are with the market, especially on some weeks when the market is very volatile. That entry could take off for, a day's worth of a move. So yes, I always got to keep a small loss budget. Just know there are going to be with every strategy, there's going to be, days and times when it's just not going to play out exactly how you want it to. All right. So they never made a lower low yet. They did just come into my premium, but I can't say for sure I know exactly what's about to happen. It's just too much going on in the higher time frame, and my charts are starting to freeze. So yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Charts are starting to freeze. This is looking like a potential buy to me. Uh, we did close on a 5 minute. We made a 5 minute order block. This is a potential buy. I am buying right
Order
here.
filled.
Half of what's usual. Because of how high I'm buying, I'm gonna have to deal with a lot of potential consequence. Just so y'all know. But but I'm not a scary trader. But as of right now, this was a run on the internal. This is a shift on the structure. Big inducement sell candle, but it just came back into our level. Why would I why would I change the direction right now? We are, like I said, in that order block, so you can't ignore it. And if we, oh, here goes the big thing, guys, about what I just did. If we are truly going up, we can continue to go up to my overall target because currently we have this is the main low, but here we have officially started a trend to make a higher high. So, like I said, it's all about opportunity. I had to kind of take this um buy here because of what has not happened yet. I can't keep hoping for this, level to get taken out down there. It's just, there's just hopelessness. For right now, I'm moving to stop here.
Order submitted.
I'm moving to stop here. This is a how many point stop? Yeah, 13-point stop. That's fine. Where they are, once again, they're still taking out that internal liquidity. So it's like, could they still go for that sale? And I mean, I think they really could. I'm just open, like I said, y'all know me. I'm open to taking the risk. You can never catch big trades if you're not open to taking trades. You just gotta be open to taking trades. I see that when we ran this low down here, we took out all the internal liquidity. I really do like that about this market. I feel like they did their big one, inducing sellers to go for this low. Definitely starting to remind me of yesterday. I'm starting to not care as much about this NFP spike up because it is pre-market and it's just a news spike. So, yeah, like I said, new low, shift structure, higher low. Yeah, we get above this. It's GG, but I kind of don't even care about it, to be honest, because it's really just a news spike pre-market. I also mentioned if we get into a buy, I'm really not exiting anywhere below the top of this range. Like I said, if it's a buy, they should at the end of the day get above it, if not close higher than this range. All right, we're getting to those points where you gotta ask yourself, is it a buy or is it a sell? This is now in a premium of the sell-off. We just got above the 50%. So this is an area where the market could start to look like a sell. Sellers might start coming in. I don't think that it's a sell, but it could be a sell. So preferably though, what we will want to see is, a lack of engulfing. You don't want to start seeing any reversal structures forming. They just set on the 50% of the range. That is a good look. And I do believe that if they do what I taught earlier today, which is get above that 61.8 and 70% with a fair value gap, that we could see a continuation. Um, this is where sellers come into the market. And I wouldn't be surprised if they really tried to, but you know, I'm holding this. There's one more thing I need to do. I need to reapply this and see, did we already hit the 236? Yep. So my stop loss is just right above it, but we did hit the 236 on this way up, on this pullback. Um, Mav, you on the charts? Mav, you there? mean, he locked in.
Good shit, bro.
Um, I don't know if you're are you trading?
When I hear your order fill go off, I press the button. Except that first buy you took, I held your original sell and took profit when it dropped, and then I got in when you bought again.
So from down here. There. Okay. The guys, 15-minute candle just closed. What do y'all? I'm gonna ask y'all. What do y'all think about this 15-minute candle? What does this? What does this mean to you guys? Like, is this a important close candle? Like, do y'all believe that we continue off of this 15-minute candle, or do you believe that this is just like a run on the internal liquidity for sales? How do y'all see it?
That looked like an aggressive bullish candle into that order block, and to close above the 50% too. Um, but yeah, that's what I see about that candle.
Hmm. With it being NFP, does this wick and everything that happened before matter to you?
Um, the wick matters because it took out that buy side liquidity, but I'm not gonna lie. I would not have pressed the buy button if I wasn't if you hadn't seen that buy. But just the way it closed now after we had that bearish engulfing that took out the sell side liquidity again, it just doesn't seem like that needed to happen unless they are actually gonna continue to go higher, in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to hear from you guys, see what you guys, minds, trading minds are seeing. Um, I find this very interesting that 830 took out the internal liquidity, and then down here we took out that internal. So we haven't gone external any direction yet. And no direction has gone external yet. So it's still open, guys. It's still open for them to really go for that low, but it's also open for them to go external, which is back up to this high of that range from yesterday.
I think alongside that 15-minute candle is seeing how this 5-minute candle closes in the next 2 minutes. Because, having that 5-minute fair
Fair.
value gap at the 50% inside of that 15-minute candle, like that would say a lot more to me than if this candle closes bearish, for example.
Yeah.
Or
So this isn't given bearish setup currently
at the moment, no.
at the
They
moment.
haven't they
At the,
haven't gone anywhere, in my opinion.
at the moment, they haven't. They've just set, like we discussed earlier, they've set
Like
to 61.8. They're introducing sellers into the market, and best
the
believe if they enter, they're coming here to get those folks out.
the buy that we're in right now, like it's kind of like seller's trapped type of buy. Like they can't really, like they need to take out the sellers the buy side liquidity as fast as possible. And
Right.
there's only highs here on the 1 minute, like
There's
no other
nothing
time
but
frame above. Like every other time frame is
exactly.
just one high for them to run. It's a
Exactly.
low resistance liquidity run type shit.
An entire I mean, trend line traders death, you know? So that's what I was pointing out the whole day. It's just had me it's just a tough thing, right? Where you have a higher time frame draw, but then just a bunch of lower time frame, low resistance liquidity, internal. It's just the funniest place to be when you're trading is dealing with managing the directional bias between that. But what I will say is that helped guys is that all of this internal liquidity here, even though they didn't take the low, they took out all the internal liquidity. So that, definitely inspired the idea that look, we can definitely go for a potential buy opportunity here. Now, I guess the big question, Mav, is do we hold this trade to the next actual high? Because
Not if you only have one contract.
in 10 minutes, no choice. In 10 minutes, right? Uh, we'll be getting a close on a 1 hour. And I actually expect there to be some level of pullback. I do expect to be some level of pullback. Okay, something I want to check real quick. We are about to close the 5 minute.
18 seconds.
Right. Move this, but we do have the 5 minute fair value gap. Here goes the scariest thing about this market. How can they respond to this 5 minute fair value gap though? If they want, they could hit one of these, and continue with the trend. That is honestly, I'm hoping for just a straightaway day, but they could come all the way down. And it's because this is the candle that created the fair value gap. Really, the only safe stop loss is below its low. So we're at 950. This is still a very volatile point in the day. Kind of have to kind of have balls of steel on a day like this. But as of right now, we just closed above the well not closed, we closed above the 61.8. We're still rejecting from that 70%. They could definitely bring sellers vibes right here for sure. Um, I'm going to take one more partial. I'm gonna pay myself a little bit there because if in the event that they do choose to pull back, I'm going to compound into the trade. So that's cool with me to partial out on that. I do see how they just landed on the 61.8 and pushing up. That's typically a good look for what I like to see. I still think that they may manipulate on this low that they just made. But guys, I'm going to sit back for a second. I need to actually take a call. Could take a look at gold. Gold was still taking its time. Why y'all ain't telling me gold was still sitting inside of that candle there? This could have been a potential buy. All right, I can't wait till NQ actually gives a pullback because I'm going to use some of this equity to probably like I said, compound into the trade. This boy Matt said when he hear my computer say bye, he's in it. That's funny.
Yeah, like it was in the cell that you called first. I didn't take the first buy, the higher one. And then I heard your order when it dropped, buy. I was like, well, I'm gonna close and I'm gonna buy.
Mhm. Yeah, we're looking pretty good right now. Um, my brain still tells me that there's a pullback coming, but I don't think there's any reason to pull out of the buy though. I don't think there's any reason to pull out of a buy. I think that would be idiotic to pull out of this buy.
Even if you only have one contract.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't know why you did that to yourself. Why did you not go on micros, bro? I'm about to place a sell and I'm trying to set an alert. I'm tripping. So alert, alert. Um, yeah, we're Gucci. So all of this off of the 5 minute order block. All right, guys, I'm muting up. I need to take a call, but I'll keep the charts live so we can just see what happens.